Hey, good morning, Stampers. Brenda Hillard here at createwithbrenda.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am located in north central Minnesota. So, anyway, spring is on its way finally here. We can start seeing some patches of grass, and the snow has melted. The ice has gone out of our driveways, so this is all good things. I want to tell you a little bit today. First of all, I should probably put my logo up here. I am, as I said, Brenda Hillard. I can be found at createwithbrenda.com. I have a monthly host code every month, and I also sponsor a host gift, a host code gift with qualifying purchases. So check that out at my website, createwithbrenda.com. Also, it is time for a new set of in colors coming in. So exciting. But that means we have to say goodbye to 5 of our colors. And the colors that will be retiring are let me grab them here quickly. Cinnamon Cider. And today for my project, I'll be using just Jade, Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, and Magenta Madness. So if any of these are your favorite colors, you may want to stock up on your Stampin' Blends, your re-inkers, your cardstock, and if you don't have all of the ink pads, grab them now. So with that being said, the other thing that's coming, drum roll, is next Wednesday, March 23rd of 2022. They will be announcing the retiring product list from the annual catalog. So be sure to stay tuned for that. I do have a little contest going on my Facebook business page at Create with Brenda. If you guess a bundle that retires and share my post, you'll get put in for a drawing. I'll be giving away a prize next Wednesday. So go out there, vote for your bundle that you think, one of the bundles that you think will be retiring, and share the post. All right, enough about that. So for today's project is, like I said, it's using Just Jade, and Just Jade is retiring, which for me is very sad because that is one of my favorite colors. And this card I put together as a swap. Each month at Create with Brenda, I host a card swap. And so this month our theme was green. It could be anything green. So the paper that I've chosen to use is the Bloom Where You're Planted. And I just have a funny feeling that this too is going to be retiring. I don't have any indication. I don't find out really any sooner than anybody else. But our designer series papers usually are only in the annual catalog for one publication. They have carried them over a couple of times, but I don't think this one will be. And so I wanted to use my papers for this swap. All right, so here's what I have. The sentiments on my card, and let me grab one of my envelopes here. I already have my envelopes all addressed, so I just want to cover up the address. But is what I did down on the bottom of the envelope is I just did a little hello, 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 and then I stamped with the Just Jade ink this Just a Note from this Cactus Cuties. Stay tuned because I do have a card coming up here in just a couple weeks using the Cactus Cutie bundle. Comes with this adorable punch. Okay. So what else do I have on here? I have the faux sea glass shapes. They're really fun. They just look like little pebbles. I put some of those on. And then in the background, I used the square vellum doily. And with this paper, I did not purchase the bundle that coordinated with the paper. So just for the sake of all of my swappers to truly appreciate the beauty of this card, I hand cut all of the pots of plants. And this month I had 14 people participating in the swap. So there were 2 on each card. So what does that mean? I cut out 28 of these for my card swap. But I love to fussy cut. I find it very relaxing. And either you do or you don't. So if you don't, there's a stamp set and there's dies. You don't have to do this, but see how quick they go? All right. I have, like I said, a basic white envelope. Standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just give that a crease with our bone folder. I have 5 1-inch strips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I have the vellum, the square vellum doily. And then for the insert of our card, I have a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have just a scrap piece, a 1/2 inch by 4 inches for our sentiment on the front of the card. Now, I'm going to show you what I did for this background. I took the bark 3D embossing folder and I just laid the strips. And you don't have to worry with this folder about being exactly straight. It's not noticeable like it would be if it was a symmetrical pattern. So I'm just going to lay the 5 strips in there like so. And then I'm going to take it over my die cutting machine and just quickly run it through. I should have done this ahead of time. I did it. So the sandwich I used in my Big Shot is platform 1. And because this is a 3D embossing folder, it's just the folder with the papers. And then this is the plate that you use for the 3D embossing folders, the number 4 plate. So let's set this off to the side. And we'll just brush these out. Now, this card is not difficult. There's just lots of pieces. So let's bring in our stamp and seal. And being it is a note card, I left the inside blank. So there's that. And then with these 5 strips that we just embossed with the 3D, the bark and embossing folder, I'm going to take a pack of standard dimensionals, and you guys know how much I love dimensionals. I'll wait till you see how many we put on this particular card, right? So each of these strips, I put 4, on each of the 5 strips, I put 3 dimensionals. So we'll just keep track of how many are on here. So far, this will be 15 dimensionals. Oh, this is funny. I wasn't really planning to do this, but good humor, right? All right, I'm going to unpeel, bring in my card, and I'm just going to line this up so that this border, and the border on the side here are about equal or as close as I can get them. Okay, and I'll take my next strip and I'm going to put this one down at the bottom, doing the same thing. Up. Next one. And then I'm going to just line this up so that my edges and the space between them are about equal. Next one, I'm going to do here at the bottom. Trying to do that same thing, just matching up our edges here and trying to keep this space equal. And then our last one. So I saved the middle for last because then I can adjust a little bit if they don't seem spaced quite evenly. So now we have this look going on our card with the slats, okay? Can't put the dimensionals away because we're going to need some more here in just a minute. I'm going to bring in my Just Jade ink and using the Just a Note sentiment from the Cactus Cuties bundle. I'm just going to stamp that over here on the right side or close to the right edge. And then while I have the ink out, I'm going to bring in my envelope and I'm just going to stamp the hello just to dress up our envelope a little bit because we know there are no naked envelopes here at Create with Brenda. That is literally all of the stamping for this card. All right, we're going to add some Stamp and Seal, and I'm just going to put this right down at the bottom right corner, and I am going to trim off just a little bit, and don't worry about how much. Just make sure that whatever you're going to put over the top of yours will cover. I'll show you here what I mean in just a minute. So for the center vellum piece, I'm just going to add some Stamp and Seal and center that on the middle 3 slats. Aren't those pretty? All right, you guys, here goes another pile of dimensionals. Are you ready? So we had 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 23. Wow. Times 14. All right. Maybe I got a little carried away with the dimensionals on this card, I must say. So that was 23 so far. There's still one more. All right. I'm just going to put this right here over my doily. And then I'm going to take that other little pot of flowers that I just cut out. Oh, 24, 25, 26. 26 dimensionals on each card, you guys. Holy cow. All right. And then I'm just going to put this over here so that it covers the end of my sentiment. Then I had this little blank space right here. And I thought how perfect that would be to use these sea glass shapes. So they're faux sea glass, not. All right. I think I just called them something else. All right. So I added the little bit of sparkle, my plants. I love this background. And I thought about adding a bow, but I decided no bow this time. I thought it looked great with just the background, like the slats, and they're textured. I think you can see that well on the camera. I hope you loved today's project. I hope you'll give it a try, And stay tuned for the upcoming project in a few weeks using the Cactus Cuties. Until next time, bye-bye.